Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Magic Wand, and welcome back if you happen to be returning. Today I will be doing a flip through and one card reading of one of Radleigh Valentine's older tarot decks called Angel Tarot Cards. It was published in 2018 by Hay House, and it comes in this two-part hard case box which looks like this. It has thumb cutouts, and that's the top and the side and the bottom. And the back of the box, it opens up and looks like that on the inside there. The deck includes a guidebook, which looks like this. And that's the spine there and the back of the book. It does include a table of contents, which lists all the cards by page number. And there's a section on how to work with the Angel Tarot cards and the meanings of the cards. And also he does include a couple of spreads in the guidebook. And then he goes into the major arcana, and for the major arcana, it includes a bit more information than the minor arcana. Sorry about the glare. The guidebook includes a black and white little image of the card, the name of the card and its number in terms of the major arcana, and then an interpretation with an additional meaning or meanings of the card, and then the archangel that is associated with that card. So he includes a bit of an interpretation for each archangel that is associated with each of the major arcana cards, but the minor arcana cards do not include archangels with them. So when you get into the minor arcana, it includes a little image of a black and white picture of the card, and then the name of the card, and interpretation and additional meanings of the card. And that's how the minor arcana are laid out. And then at the very back, there's a section about the author, Radleigh Valentine, and it doesn't look like there's anything about the artist per se, but the artist's name is Artwork by Steve A. Roberts. Okay, and so that is the little guidebook. The cards themselves are really beautiful if you like blue, which I do, and they are very glossy though. As you can see, they have a very high gloss, and so they reflect a lot of light, but they are smooth and I would say middle of the road stock. They bend and return quite well. Size wise, compared to a traditional plaid back card, that's the size difference there, so they are larger than a traditional plaid back card. And today, the cards are in order. And I should mention that although they are based on the traditional Rider-Waite system, they are different in terms of the images, but the meanings all are pretty much the same. Also, he has renamed a number of the cards, which I will point out as we go along. And but I am going to make this a fairly silent flip through, and I'll let you pause and read the meanings at the bottom of the cards. But let's begin with the first card. So the first card is the Dreamer, which traditionally is the Fool. And the cards themselves include the name of the card, the number for the major arcana, and the associated archangel for each of the major arcana. But as I mentioned, not the minor arcana. And then keywords or phrases. So I'll just read the first one, and it is the Dreamer, associated with Archangel Metatron, and it reads, "A leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities." And you'll see that the meanings are pretty much Rider-Waite based. So, but I will say one more thing about the artwork, which is gorgeous, and it includes a lot of very rich imagery. So you can derive a lot of meaning from these cards, from all the symbols that are contained in the artwork itself. So just thought I'd mention that, and it is one of the reasons why I really like this deck as well. and I thought it deserved a showcase on my channel. Okay, so that is the Dreamer. Now, I will just continue with a silent flip through until we come to the cards that are renamed, and I'll just point out what they've, what the traditional name would have been. Okay, because I think you can see the words and you can read this fairly clearly here. So, okay, so I'll just continue silently. And I apologize for the glare or the reflection, but it's fairly difficult to eliminate altogether because of how high gloss these cards are. Now this is one of the cards that has been renamed, and it is traditionally the Hierophant, and he's renamed it to Unity. Oh, I forgot to mention, Archangel Michael is the angel on the cover of the card, so just thought I'd point that out. Awakening is traditionally the Hanged Man. And release is traditionally death. Balance is traditionally temperance. Ego is traditionally the devil. Life experience is traditionally the Tower. So you can see how much gentler these images are compared to the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith image. And renewal is traditionally judgment. And this is the last card for the major arcana. Okay, now we're just going into the suit of earth, which traditionally would be pentacles. So he uses the elements. So for example, he calls the pentacles earth, cups are water, swords are air, and wands are fire. I wish there wasn't so much reflection. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we're on to the suit of water, which traditionally would be cups. And now air, which would be swords. Okay, and now the suit of fire, which traditionally would be wands. What I should have mentioned is that for the court cards, he does include extra keywords at the top of the card, so that was the same for all the court cards of each of the suits. So if you do go back to the beginning, you'll notice the court cards have keywords on them. I think he's done that, including the keywords at the top of the card for the court cards, because I've seen comments on other videos where people tend to have difficulty with the court cards and difficulty reading them. So that might be the reason for including them on the court cards themselves, just to help with interpretation a bit better. This is the last card. Okay, so now I will go ahead and shuffle for a one card reading for you. And as I shuffle, I simply ask that you perhaps consider this to be a timeless reading, so that anytime you come across the video, the card drawn may have significance. Okay, so this is a card that wanted to come up, and I'm going to go and take it. And it is the Four of Air, which traditionally would be the Four of Swords. So that is really quite interesting. It does indicate rest. So it reads on the card itself, time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. Let's have a look in the guidebook and just have a look here. So it is air, and we have in the table of contents the suit of air, which is number 4, the 4 of swords, or 4 of air, and it's page 102. And it reads, 4 of air, it's time to rest. Take a vacation or just create time to regroup and rejuvenate. Retreat from the world and any stress or concerns. If you've been ill, focus upon healing and don't rush back into action. You need some time alone. This situation requires significant reflection on your part. Meditation may provide the answers you seek if you've exhausted all intellectual possibilities for a solution. And additional meanings of this card include the need to get more sleep, allowing more time before making a choice, and the end of a stressful period, feeling mentally exhausted. Okay, so that was the flip through and 1 card reading of Radleigh Valentine's Angel Tarot cards. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and if you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, Magic Wand. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care and have a great day. Bye for now.